So what is the science behind bath fizzers, and how will different age groups understand these concepts? For grades pre-K to 3, teachers can run this experiment explaining to students that the mixture of two different substances will produce new or different substances when present in the correct conditions, which in this case is water. With this experiment, teachers can explain the different states of matter that exist and have students describe what textures, colors, and states they are observing before, during, and after the reaction. Students can give an oral or written explanation of what they observed. The overall outcome should be that students will understand the materials exist in different states of matter, combinations can produce a reaction, and this reaction can generate new material. For grades 4 through 6, students should have a better understanding and background of what is occurring at the chemical level, or this could be used to introduce the concepts of small matter called molecules that exist in different states that are made up of atoms, the different types of elements, and their defining features. This is also a good opportunity to introduce the scientific method via observations, hypothesis, and experimentation, while further observing to make a conclusion as well as data collection. At this level, experiments can be done by the students to see the effects of changing the amounts of a substance needed for the reaction. In this, students can further hypothesize the effects the change will have on the reaction. Teachers can first run a demonstration of the experiment that produces a properly functioning bath bomb while explaining to the students that each ingredient is made up of molecules which are made up of elements. Each element is made up of one type of atom, supplementing this with an explanation of the periodic table of elements. You can also have students attempt to explain what is occurring in the reaction based on their observations rather than just guessing. Students can break up into groups and run their own experiments. For middle school and high school students, teachers can have them run their own research project to see the effects of changing the amounts of materials needed for the reaction, all the while using precise measuring tools such as balances and recording these forms of data. They can investigate reaction rates, pH changes, and other characteristics of the experiment. The data collected can then be used to make charts to display to their fellow classmates and explain their methods and results. Teachers can first run a demonstration for their students in which they can introduce the concept of acids and bases and that of an acid-base reaction, all the while highlighting the specifics of this particular reaction. They can also use this to explain the concept of conservation of matter during reactions using this experiment's reaction, to demonstrate that no atoms were lost during the process, only rearranged. Students should identify the different variables within the reaction, each selecting one variable that will be their dependent.